Welcome to the United Matters channel, and this obviously marks the end of our match reaction, and we are going into the player ratings today as Man United back to winning ways in the Premier League after beating the side of Leicester City by 3-0. Bruno Fernandes scored the first goal. He was involved in the second goal. It was for Baonete. Was it Baonete? No, for the defender that went ahead, obviously netting his own net. And lastly, it was all about Alejandro Garnacho scoring a Worldie in the dying minutes of the game. Rokan David is my name. Continue to subscribe because we want to hit 20,000 subscribers onto this beautiful channel of ours. So, guys, hope you're really having fun, right? Hope you're really having fun and everything is really okay. And let's obviously get to where we want to be. Now, all right. Let's start it off with Andre Onana in goal. I think he kept a clean sheet, and that gets him a 7.5 out of 10. And I think each and every time the team really needed him, he was there, especially in that first half when a chance was really given to Ndidi, and he closed him down very well. That pass came through the midfield, and Ndidi went ahead to make a very deep run from the midfield that none of the defenders were really expectant of. And guess what happened? It went into the hands of Onana. So 7.5 for Andre Onana. Dalo today, guys. Fatau went ahead to obviously sit him down. He cooked him. He roasted him like a turkey, I can tell you. And for that, he's getting a 6 out of 10. I think he was one of the worst players on the field of play. That is Diego Dalo, because he was roasted by Fatau, and that's why the manager Ruud van Nistelrooy went ahead to obviously get him off the field of play. But I think he can obviously improve better. It has been a bad day in office, but the most beautiful bit of it is that we haven't gone ahead to find ourselves in a position of really losing out onto what we are supposed to be getting in there. So that is Dalo. Mazarawi. Let's go for his game by numbers, produced by none other than Statman Dave. 100% cross accuracy, 100% successful take-ons, 92% passing accuracy, 3 attempts, 3 attempted tackles, 2 successful tackles, 2 passes into the final third, 2 clearances, and 1 block. Obviously, he found himself in a position of really doing the needful. And for the second goal, you give him his flowers, and I think really played well onto that side. And this really shows that fans also have an eye that is better than the manager. You remember when Ten Hag was really playing him as a right back and playing Dalo as a left back, I was like, that is really wrong, because we've gone ahead to see Mazarawi at Bayern Munich playing better as a left back, and Dalo is our best right back. And you see to it that he's improving his game ever since he's being played, or he said to be played as a left back. Not that he never played well as a right back. He was playing well, but his offensive game was really lacking. But today, his offensive game has gone ahead to improve. And I think he's running into zones that help him really be a threat to an opponent into that side. So that is Mazarawi for you. We go to the central defense. Lisandro Martinez. Mazarawi, I'm getting him an 8 out of 10. He really looked superb. We go to Lisandro Martinez, left-sided centre-back. He was really solid on the day, and I really loved his leadership and his aggressiveness as a player. And I'm getting him a 7.5 out of 10. Matthias de Ligt, guys, he was the rock in that central defense. And I don't know what these other pundits that have always gone ahead, obviously, said people like Matthias de Ligt have come up are really going to be doing, because the guy is really good. The guy is really good, and he has been one of those that has gone ahead to obviously improve that central defense. And we wait to see how Ruben Amorim is really going to come up and obviously use them alongside Lenny Yoro, who is expected to return after the international break. So, Matthias de Ligt, 7.5 out of 10. Now, we go to Manuel Ugarte, one of those that is improving day in, day out. And obviously, Ten Hag had something to do with not putting this guy onto the pitch, because ever since Ten Hag left, Ruud van Nistelrooy has started him in every game. The first game was against Leicester City. Ugarte played. I think he played 90 minutes. Is there a game? He hasn't even played 90. I think it's that of Chelsea, because he was really on a yellow card and he was really continuing to foul and that would have going to result into him finding himself out of the game. So, started him against Leicester, started him against Payok, started him against Chelsea, and today he started him and went ahead to put in a very beautiful performance. And this is his game by numbers. 92% passing accuracy, 68 total touches, 12 tackles, 7 ball recoveries, 5 passes into the final third, 3 interceptions, 2 fouls, 1 big chance created, and he was really great. So that is Manuel Ugarte for you. And when you look at that second goal, he's the man that really finds Mazarawi before he obviously put in a pinpoint cross into the 18-yard box area of the opponent. That is Manuel Ugarte for you, and he really looked good into that midfield. That is Manuel Ugarte for you. Then we go to Casemiro. Manuel Ugarte, 8.5 out of 10. That's what I'm really getting him. We go to Casemiro and how he played today. 100% long pass accuracy, 90% passing accuracy, 11 tackles attempted, 7 tackles won. That's really good. Almost that is like 90%. 7 balls, 4 ball recoveries, 3 passes into the final third, 2 clearances, and 1 chance created. That is Casemiro. Obviously, that is the renaissance of a man that very many people really never thought he would obviously get back. I'm getting him an 8 out of 10 into this beautiful game of football. After him, let's go to Bruno Fernandes, man in elite form. And 71 touches, 7 passes into the final third, 7 chances created, 5 crosses, 4 tackles, 2 shots, 1 assist, 1 goal. That is Bruno Fernandes Borges for you. And I really love everything he has going to obviously put out as a player. And obviously, I'm getting him a 9.5 out of 10 into this beautiful game of football because he really looked good. And guys, I've always gone ahead to blame Bruno about him not being composed and really doing lots of Hollywood passes, you know. This time round, he's composing himself, and I told you, if he can compose himself consistently, he will obviously hit the bar so high. And today he was playing his 250th game, and he now has 158 goal involvements. That is the goals and assists for the club of Manchester United. And Kevin De Bruyne is having 138. It shows you how Bruno has hit the bar so high ever since he came through the Premier League. And I think he would have gone ahead to even have more provided he composes himself better. And I think under Ruben Amorim, he's going to be requested obviously to compose himself better. That is it. Hollywood passes are really bad. And by the way, I'm not really convinced that he's really cured from that or healed from that, not until I see him reacting when United is really struggling or when it's a goal down, because Bruno most times is always composed when you're always in the lead or when obviously try to play well and really get ourselves in the lead. But the moment we are on the losing side, he loses his head as the captain. So that's what my assignment is, that when we are into tough conditions, can Bruno Fernandes not do those Hollywood passes? You know, can he not shoot anyhowly? Because today, I never saw him really shoot anyhowly. And we obviously get to... we obviously get to Marcus Rashford, one of the worst players. By the way, if Dalot got 6, Rashford should get 4. Rashford looked bad, and there is no way I can even thinking of even getting him to average, because he looked bad. He looked bad. His body language is really speaking that he doesn't want to be at Manchester United anymore. He's struggling. I don't know exactly what's his problem. The guy is struggling, and I think it's high time we obviously showed him where he deserves to be. And an exit door for him isn't one of those moments that is really close. So that is the man himself known as Rashford getting a 4 out of 10. Then we go to Amad Diallo. Amad Diallo for me was really sensational today. And this was his game by numbers as brought to us by Statman Dave. 50 total touches, 6 attempted take-ons, 5 successful take-ons, 5 touches in the box, 4 shots, 3 tackles, 2 fouls won, 1 assist. Obviously, Ahmad is really cooking, and I tell you what, he's really doing all what every person is like. That's the player, and that's what he's supposed to be doing in there. And I love the player in Amadi Diallo, and his consistency is really good. And I like Ruud van Nistelrooy for what he went ahead to do, to obviously bench Alejandro Garnacho to bring in Amadi Diallo. When you perform very well, you start. And in the next game, I would love to see Marcus Rashford benched, start Garnacho and Amadi Diallo, depending on what system the manager is really going to be using to obviously play into the games that we are set to play at the club of Manchester United, especially against Ipswich. Then Ahmad, for me, 8.5 out of 10. He was really a threat. And for that first goal, you see that back heel that he really does. It was really very magnificent. And towards the end of the first half, you saw that central run he makes, drifts past 2-3 players and shoots, and the goalkeeper is sent the wrong way, but his legs come to his rescue to stop Ahmad's shot or effort from crossing the goal line. That is it. So that is the man himself, known as Amad Diallo. Now, Rasmus Højlund leading the line, 6.5 out of 10. And this is where I always tell people that however much we are scoring 3 goals, I really feel envious and worried when we are not looking for a number 9. You know, we are not looking for a number 9 and we are not creating chances for him. So that is really a worry. 6.5 for Rasmus Højlund, and I'm really pissed because United needs to be better. So that's how things really went ahead, obviously, how come on and really happen into the mix. So that is Rasmus Højlund for you. We go to the substitutes. There came on a man known as Alejandro Garnacho. He came on with John Evans. Evans, 7.5 out of 10. Then Garnacho, I'm going to give him a 7.5 out of 10. You know, scoring that goal, I liked it. Let me give him an 8 out of 10, scoring that goal. But again, he looked selfish. One thing I really hate about him, because for our end products, obviously, be better. We need to kill that selfishness. But I'm going to hate to see a tweet or a post coming in through from Stateman Dave that is really going to shock most of you about Garnacho, because I think he has now 7 goals. You know, when you add his goals and assists, you know, none of these players has gonna hit obviously score more goals than him. And Statman Dave told us that none of the players above have more goals plus assists this season than Alejandro Garnacho, Bukayo Saka, Ousmane Dembele, Kivicha Kvaratskhelia, Kylian Mbappe, Rafael Leao, Nico Williams, Michael Olise, and Phil Foden. But right now he's really flourishing, but I'm not gonna be moved by that. I believe it can be something better to do with what we call the game of football. So as it stands, he's really the man who came off the bench and really scored the 3rd goal, and that was a cherry on the cake, because all was already done by the club and the players through Bruno Fernandes and other players. Who came on else? Eriksson came on, 3rd goal, responsible for that pass. That pass put off 5 players in the midfield. That really gave Bruno Fernandes yards of space to obviously run into that midfield. You understand? And I'm giving him an 8 out of 10. That pass was really exquisite. You know, it really shows how good he is. And by the way, he was like not looking there, but he had already gone ahead to obviously read the run of Bruno Fernandes through the central axis like a book. That's what happened in there for the man known as Eriksson, and he gets an 8 out of 10. And his composure on the ball is really something that I believe that United will need. And we wait to see how Ruben Amorim is really going to be getting him into the team. The other player that came on was Zexi, getting him a 6.5 out of 10. And is there any other that came on? I think those are the players. Manager Ruud van Nistelrooy, 8.5 out of 10. I like the way he managed the game and how he really benched Marcus Rashford. He benched Garnacho, took off Marcus Rashford around the 50th minute and brought on Alejandro Garnacho because of his body language, and he looked bad. So his reactions were really spot on. Taking off Dalo to see to it that he really takes him off, because he had gone ahead obviously for more than enough on Fatau, and Fatau of Leicester had gone ahead, obviously turn him as an avenue. And guys, look a lot onto Fatau. If he's very consistent, I don't think he's really going to be at Leicester City next season. You know, these other teams obviously go for him. Spurs, Aston Villa might obviously go for him because he's really looking good. And his story is really touching to an extent that they sold him. They took him to a club where he was sold from Ghana. And they told that team that if you sell him, you're going to be getting, we are going to be getting 50% of the selling price. And that team loaned him to Leicester. And Leicester bought him 14 million pounds, and the team way back in Ghana got 7 million pounds. You understand? So teams in Africa should learn to do business better and better and better. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. That's what I had for you, and my man of the match is none other than Bruno Fernandes. That's it, no doubt about it. The only person that could obviously compete with him would have gone ahead to be Amadi Diallo if he got himself on target. That is it, but he never scored a goal. Beautiful assist, beautiful game, and he played 90 minutes. And guys, I tell you, no player should obviously see this guy getting off the pitch. That is Amadi Diallo, because he's a special player and he gives us the best of the best that we deserve. I'm out. Bye-bye. Tell me who your man of the match was. And those are the player ratings for United 3, Leicester City 0. Bye-bye.